Hey guys, Michael James with Foodie and Fit. So I wanted to talk about cardio because that's the little thing that everyone does wrong. Not everyone, a lot of people. I know I have. Uh, Cutting back to when 10 years ago or so, I thought, like most people thought, just do a lot of cardio and you will lose weight. Because, I don't know, that's just what you think. And then when you see fit people, they're doing a lot of cardio, so you think you need to do a lot of cardio, so you start doing a lot of cardio, and then you fall off because you can't do a lot of cardio. Cardio is great for your heart, and it can help lose some weight, especially if you're inactive and then you start getting active, you will lose weight. It's not magic. But the thing is it sustainable? So we're doing bodybuilding. Oh boy, I've done high intensity interval training, or high intensity, not even interval, just high intensity steady state cardio, where I was just on the elliptical, just going crazy for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, and then split into an hour and 45 minutes, or an hour and a half, an hour and a half. So I can tell you the one thing that I love about my training now that I've adopted is to not go crazy with the cardio. Because again, to lose weight comes to nutrition. And a lot of videos say that, and so that's not why you're tuning in. You want to know about cardio and what you should do. So I'm going to give you what I like to do and some of the little hacks that people instinctually do, which sabotages their progression when it comes to losing weight. So let's say you have the diet down, but you still want to do some cardio. What cardio should you do? You walk into my gym and you immediately see a row of treadmills, ellipticals, stair steppers, all this types of stuff. And they all work to a point. You need to figure out what can you do, again, consistently, and not try and go ham. Like, so for me, when I was going, I was setting records for personal best on elliptical. And I was like, okay, let me not try to do that. Let me try to bring it down a notch and not go for elevating my heart rate to its max, not its max, but close to the maximum recommended, and pushing itself and making it sustain. What you want to do is get your heart rate up and keep it at an elevated pace. So usually I think that starts at like 107 beats per minute, going up to even 133 beats per minute. So especially depending on your ability. And this is why I'm not the biggest fan of cardio as for weight loss, just because it can kind of depend. If you're 30 pounds overweight, maybe you just start this and then you think, yes, I got my heart rate up to 133 and say that consistently, and that's fantastic. But then if you're 60 pounds, 90 pounds, 100 pounds, 200 pounds overweight, which I know some people who are, and that, like, cardio is not the best recommendation for you. First, of course, talk to your doctor, talk to your nutritionist, whatever you need to do, but be reasonable about this. People treat their body worse than they treat anything else, unfortunately. You think of it like this. You want your body to drive up a very steep incline, and then some of you are going to put in low gas, which is your fuel, which is your nutrition, or you didn't take care of the car, so the car is 20 years out of shape, beat up, haven't had an oil change, and so you're trying to make it go up this hill. I mean, I guess you can, but why would you hate your body that much? That's why slow and steady wins the race. So I'm becoming more and more a fan of the elliptical. Not the elliptical, the treadmill. So the treadmill gets a bad rap because I don't think it's great for running, and as someone who has gotten into running, got fast at running, and has helped other people get into running, it's not really great for running. They have some of the ones that aren't just steady movement, so that like you're actually generating the movement. So those are better, but for walking purposes, they are fantastic. Why? Because I live in a hilly area and I can't sustain the incline as I could for 20 minutes on the elliptical. Today, since I'm doing a peak week protocol, I'm at 35, and that's it. 35 minutes on the treadmill on a 15 degree incline. 4 is the speed. That's it. So after a while, that doesn't seem hard, and then you start sweating, and then it keeps going. So you want to make sure to challenge yourself. You don't need to go balls to the wall. I could go faster. Nah. Again, just incline. That's where the money's at. And then, so people do that, and then they grab on to things. You grab onto the bars to measure your pulse. You grab on, you start leaning on, you hang on, you do all these things which are like little assists. It makes it easier on you. Don't do that. That is ruining all the time you're spending on the cardio machine just by like bleeding off that energy. You're not putting your full body into it. So anything that you can, the more of your full body you can put into your cardio, the better. So that's why cycling machines aren't really that great, because you can be fast on those, but you are only working your lower legs, and you don't get the same, you don't do the same amount of full body work, and so you miss out on opportunities to push your body. So let's say, okay, treadmills are taken. You can work on elliptical. Ellipticals allow, especially not the free running ones, or the ones that at least at my gym, but the ones on the more of a set fixed pattern, you can put an incline on that as well. So do that. And trust me, I've done the 3% incline or the 6%. And there's nothing wrong with that, especially to build, but the goal is to challenge yourself if you want to see progress. So I'm only doing this cardio as a cherry on top to my nutrition. So it's just, today was 35 minutes on the treadmill. Every day since, or except for on off days, it's been 20 minutes. It's not crazy. That's what I'm doing. I'm still walking out, but not going at nearly the same pace, not pushing myself, being super casual, being able to relax. And so that's why the best kind of cardio to lose weight is whatever you can do to sustain it. Because if you think boot camps or any sort of cardio, you have to push yourself like crazy, an hour just to lose weight, like you will lose weight, especially if you're not eating as much or eating to offset the demands on your body. But what will happen is you're going to stop, because it's going to be the holidays, it's going to be your birthday, there's going to be COVID-19. Something's going to cause you to stop, and that's going to cause you to fall off. And then when the weight jumps back on you, it's not going to be a surprise. Because that's why I tell people all the time who ask me, hey, I'm doing this, do you have any like shortcuts and stuff? It's like, no, there's no shortcuts. Like, me going ham on the elliptical kind of was a shortcut. It's a hack. It's a short-term thing that I knew. It was like, hey, this is going to cause me to expend way more energy. I'm going to be dog tired. This is going to tank my hormones. I'm not going to feel great after this. And then as soon as I'm done, what's going to happen is boom, like not even a slight like weight gain is just going to, and that's what happened. So when, like not even a week or two after my last show, when I'm up like 7 or 8 pounds and I wasn't even eating crazy. I mean, the first day I was, but I knew that was a thing. So that's why I've got a coach and adopted a more of a philosophy that is about not taking that hack, because you get so, it's so ingrained in people already. You just need to go crazy. You don't really need to. Like, just something consistent and keeping your nutrition on point. So, maybe you don't want to do the elliptical. Some people, that's not their thing. Stair stepper is great. But again, don't lean onto things. Don't hold on to things. Don't grab onto things. Like, walk the stairs. Like, if you need to power walk it, that always seems funny, but you're going to get a bigger amount of work done and generate more exercise fully if you're not cheating yourself. So that's what I'm doing, and that's what you may want to consider doing for your cardio. Like, are you taking shortcuts that are going to ruin your goal? I know a lot of people who say they are down for shortcuts because you have a photo shoot, like actors, and so I do acting as well. Actors will say that, or people who just have like a wedding or a trip coming up or summer's coming up, so they're down. Like, I won't even get into it, but like, I know my cousin, she has taken a lot of hacks, and that's not, like, you always say that you're down to do it, but then like, if you rebound, if it's back on, like, that's the worst feeling. And I know, I've been there many times. That's why the goal is not to do that anymore. And it's just to find things that I can do consistently that fits into my lifestyle, my schedule. And so, yes, if you can fit an hour or 2 hours of intense cardio, like, wow, that's fantastic. But do you really want to? Probably not. And that's just something to consider. So I am in recovery right now. I literally just, like I said, did my cardio, did my working out. I'm good. I'm going to relax, and then I'm going to go on a walk. A relaxed walk. So not anything crazy, not power walking, and just being consistent. If you can go on a consistent walk or be consistently on the treadmill 5 days a week, like, that doesn't seem like much, especially if you are new to the weight loss game. Like, hey, I just want to get started. Oh my God, I want this to go faster. Like, that's how everyone gets burnt out. The fitness industry is a billion-dollar industry for a reason. The reason is your ability to not take the steps that are required. That, like, here are the fundamental steps, and then everything else after that is just extra bullshit. And it's like, people hate hearing that, but it's the truth. I mean, hey, do you need to be vegan or vegetarian or keto or paleo or carnivore or any of these other diets to lose weight? No. And there are tons of people who lost a lot of weight and got in the best shape of their life, and they didn't do any of that. But some people swear by it, and then you hear someone else swear by it, and they talk about best shape of their life, or maybe their skin, or some other thing that is indicative to almost every one of these diets or trends or whatever, and then that gets stuck in your head. Like, I really wish schools would spend more time on your personal nutrition, not just talking about the food groups or the food pyramid. And when I was in school, food pyramid was one way, then the food pyramid changed, whatever. But, like, going into it more, I mean, I thought, like most people, just eating less. Like, if they would talk about it more in depth about calories, just more time would be spent. Like, I would rather the fitness industry not be a billion-dollar industry, not even be $1 million industry. I'd rather everyone just walk around super shredded or in whatever condition they want to be, and then everyone's just happy, and then I don't need to make any more of these videos. But, like, that's the thing, is so many people want to bypass that. You're going to want to bypass this. You're going to listen to this, and you're like, yeah, he's right. And look at his, okay, yeah, he's bodybuilder. I'm going to listen to him. And then it's going to go a week, and then you're going to get a little antsy, and then you're going to start cheating the other way, because you already learned a lot and it's hard. So you have to establish patterns to affect the change that you want. So if you want to do cardio, don't do cardio of all these different things and like completely overload yourself. Follow a set plan that has progression, that challenges you, but like not overly so. Something that is sustainable long term. Because I can tell you, someone who was doing an hour and 45 minutes, hour and 30 minutes on the elliptical, that's not long term. That's not sustainable. I was dead tired. My sleep was terrible. Uh, yeah, I just wasn't feeling good. And that's why I'm not going to do that stuff anymore. And you shouldn't want to do that either. I mean, trust me, I can show you my friends list of everyone I know who is very active and some people doing the same stuff, and everyone swears by it. And they get a little bit of results, and that's it. So I have gotten a lot of results. I can go on the stage and try to compete and show off, hey, I've gotten as lean as possible. I weigh less than when I was wrestling in high school, when I was at 189s. I'm at 183.3 today. It's fantastic. And I'm carrying around a lot more muscle than I ever did in high school or college. So just remember, you don't know, like, you cobble together, you workshop some stuff to like an idea of what you think it takes to do cardio and to lose weight. And you just have to kind of be real. You don't know. And a lot of people who may have results, maybe they're doing more than they're telling you, or they never had a period of inactivity, so they didn't have that rust on their car going up the hill. It was just like, hey, they've always stayed ready, they've always kept it tuned, good to go. And so like those people can't give you advice unless they, like, your friends can't, I'm sorry, I'm like correct myself. Your friends can't really just give you the best advice as to how to go from a dead stop. How to go from, oh my God, you're 100 pounds overweight. What the hell are you going to do? But I'm only talking from someone who's been there and someone who's gotten to a level I never thought I would be. I mean, it is something that makes me smile while I'm on stage, which is great because it's required, but it's to smile as part of your personality for points, but like to see that I'm at a spot that I never thought I could be at. And that's all just because when you realize, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, let me find people who are doing this and doing this in a healthy, long-term, and sustainable manner. So please consider that you don't know what you're doing. And that's fine. That's fantastic. If you can admit that, and then like don't just say, oh, because what you did in high school or college or previously. To do what you're trying to do now from this point, it's okay to say you don't know, and then to set goals and find people who do know. And so not every trainer is phenomenal or knows really how to get you to where you need to go. I know this because I've worked with trainers, and the trainer who was just as out of shape as me never got me to that point. It was just a paradigm shift. So please, just think about this. Slow and steady. Set a goal for your cardio that's something that you can maintain, something that you can say, I can do this. And then, but is it challenging enough? Is your heart rate up? Because I've seen people go to the gym, get on stair steppers for an hour, but they're bracing themselves, they're like, huh, and then they're barely pedaling, barely doing any sort of energy, expelling any sort of energy. And so, of course, nothing changes. Also, pro tip, when you make sure to get on the machines, put your body weight, put all your stats in it and stuff so you can get at least slightly better data. It's not going to be that great because besides those things being wildly inaccurate based off of whatever formulas they had when they were made at the factory, the gears, the mechanics, things can go out of rye that can, in the computer, it can get bad. So that's one of the reasons why I always love my Fitbit and keep that on to me. Not that this is perfect either, but this thing I see every day and I can get all that data and information compared to the cardio, just like, all right, cool. Well, this is saying my heart rate is, oh wow, it's 160. And my Fitbit's like, nah, it's not really. So, yeah. Well, I will be back posting another video. If you guys have any comments or if you'd like to suggest topics, please email me at michaeljamestheactor@gmail.com. And also take the time to like, subscribe, and share this video just because that lets me see that there's interest in me doing this. I mean, I want to see if I can help people get to their goals and learn from my experience as I'm trying to progress further. I want to be an OCB men's physique pro athlete, and that takes me upping my game, which I know I'm doing. So I'm going to be on stage at some point soon, and I know I'm going to be at a better place than what I did the first two shows. So that's it for me. Take care, you guys.